What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Check it out. I'm Rob Odie. I'm in Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave, and it's Wednesday. You know what it is, man. It's True Exposure Live, brought to you by Spotlight39. So make sure you do what you do. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Give the video a thumbs up because YouTube loves that. Like us on Facebook, man. We got to grow that Facebook page. Hit us on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all the social medias. I think I even got a TikTok these days. So make sure you follow us. We got that platform, man. We want to give you the exposure that you deserve. Hence the partnership with True Exposure. It's a great, great benefit to you. So with that being said, man, we got a good show. We got some super special guests lined up. We got a couple in the green room. So with that being said, I'm going to bring my guy Jacob on, Mr. CEO himself. What's going on? How you feeling?
Good, man. What's happening? It's been a few weeks.
It has been, man. Look, we got 4K video quality, so I'm loving that. Right? So we got the new phone. We got the
Yep,
championship
got a little
7v7
something.
hat on. We got the
That's
big
right.
diamond ring. We got to show that off real quick, right? What's the championship
Oh
ring?
yeah,
Bang, right there.
yeah.
And then we got the True Exposure, polo. So he's fully branded out. We're doing real big things, man. So let's start this. Let's start off with let's talk a little bit about the previous, event because that event was massive. It was in beautiful San Antonio. We had 100 plus teams. From
That's
your
right.
perspective, man, we got RL, we got a couple of other guys last week talking about it. But from your perspective, what did you think, man? How did you feel the event went? What were some things that stood out to you?
So San Antonio, it's a great market. So it's our second year in the market. Last year we dropped in. We hit 87 teams. We knew as a market that would grow and grow rapidly. So challenges this year was venue. Always battling soccer in that area, but we were able to work something out. Wasn't ideal, but we popped 102 teams. So that's something that's going to continue to grow every year. We're working on a long-term deal with the sports commission in the city, so I think we'll be able to blast that out probably 150, 160 teams annually, man. So
Crazy.
it's a great city. Everybody likes to come there. Good food, good place to visit. A lot of support from the local teams, right? Texas is always supports everywhere we go, but a lot of local support there within 3 or 4 hour drive. So prime market, we love it. Competition was stiff, man. Not the best weather in the world. Again, on Saturday, we battled that all year. A lot of wind, cold, but Sunday turned out to be, pretty good, warmer, sunny. Uh, but man, a lot of ballers, dude.
Yeah,
A
and
lot
and
of
speaking
ballers.
of ballers, right? We had some teams come out from the West, right, or the Midwest. They brought the cold with them.
They
Minnesota
did.
brought they brought the blizzard like conditions to San Antonio, right? And
Yeah.
we had them on the show last week, and they did their thing, right? They showed out well. They played some stiff competition, so it was exciting to see teams travel from so far away to come to these events. I think we had St. Louis, right? Somebody we had a team from St. Louis area. So
Yep. So we had a few teams from Missouri, and then my guy Ty with my 7-on-7
yep,
out of Minnesota. They always support. So I think they brought 4 or 5 teams, Louisiana teams, teams from all over Texas. So we had 4 or 5 states represented.
yeah, man, and talent galore. I mean, the recap video is going to highlight some of that. So we're going to get that in a minute. But let's
Right.
set the stage for tonight. Let's talk about tonight, man. We got some great guests. We got some already in the green room. They're so excited, man. They had to jump on early, right? So we're going to kick it
That's
off,
right.
right? We've got we got our friend Emmanuel, right, with Kings of Europe, and we're going to talk to him, and then set us up for what else we got, man.
So that's special because it's like 1:30, almost 2 a.m. for Emmanuel. He's over in Amsterdam, but huge get for the show, and it's been a long time building with him. So excited to have him on the show, talk about Kings of Europe, talk about all the things we're doing internationally, uh, and then super excited about our second guy. One of the things that we've worked with the national sports writers all over the country is independents coming and checking out the events. But we were able to lock down a deal with a great guy, Brandon Howard. He covered my team back in the day when I was coaching. Great young man. He's hungry. Uh, 247 contributor, writes for a lot of other, independent people, but is locked in now as True Exposure. So he's going to be covering all 7-on-7 events. really all of our events, even events outside of us. So it's going to be great for the athletes, great for the company. So excited to get him on the show and kind of let him tell his story. Uh, you know, another guy that I've known for 4 or 5 years that we worked together for about 4 years, Jeff Black out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Uh, again, he's probably coached and been involved longer than I have, which is a long time. But Jeff's got the Rocky Top Classic coming up this weekend. Uh, Man, I think he had to cap out somewhere 88, 90 teams, somewhere in there. It's always a big event, always a great event. National qualifier for our national championship. So Jeff's going to be on. And then we're bringing on one of our dudes, Kenny Miller. Kenny runs a program here in Texas, Lone Star 7-on-7. Always fully supports us. Got a great team, young guys. And I believe he's going to have a guest on with him. I think he's going to have a 2024 quarterback, Trey Owens, on with him tonight. So
Sure.
get him a little love.
Look, man, so we got a stacked lineup, right? So I pulled up the Rocky Top Classic, so I'll bring that up again, and we're gonna dig deep into that with Jeff. But just know that there will be True Exposure presence in the building. Spotlight39, myself, right, will be there, and then my guy Josh from Big Hits Live, and then Mr. Gary himself, you know, from True Exposure. He's going to make the drive down. So we will have presence. We're going to have some great media coverage. We're going to have a lot of fun. So make sure you're bringing that A game. If you're going to be at that event, be prepared, man. You're going viral. We're doing interviews. And we got the Rocky Top Mountains in the back. What better view, man? So super excited about that. And then we can't stop there, man. We got to touch it, give them a sample of what's to come, the following week, right? We got 2 events happening. So event number 1, let's talk about Illinois. Is this the first time we're hitting Illinois? What do we got here?
It is. Last year we tried to get in kind of the same place, had some COVID issues with the venue. So this year, finally able to get in there. We're going to be in Illinois twice. So our first time in, going to hit up O'Fallon. I think we've already got 25 or 30 teams locked in. You got Midwest Boone, you got Potenza, ESF Savages. I got a whole list of guys, so it's going to be loaded. We've got teams coming in from, I believe, Indiana, Optimum Performance Sports. I think, man, they're loaded. I think they're bringing about 8 or 10 teams. So, still got time to get in, get registered. So that's going to be a good one. Probably going to deal with some cold weather. Those guys are used to it, but I'm gonna have to, I got to mentally get prepared for that. So
yeah, look, I tell you what. Being that Josh is assigned out to Orlando, right? Just tell him to mail you that fluffy hat that he wore on the show when it was 68 and chilly, right? He thought it was cold at 68, so look, he can lend you that hat because you're gonna need it. So with that, let's talk about Florida, man. We're coming back to Orlando, right? We got the Southeast Regional doing real big things down in sunny Florida. Hopefully it's sunny this time because the last couple of trips it's not been quite so sunny all the time. It's been a little rainy, a little chilly. Look, the weather right now is all kinds of crazy. I'm 72 and sunny, here in Virginia. You guys are, blister cold down there in Texas right now. So I don't know what's happening. But anyway, what can we expect from the event down here in Florida, man? Event number 2 for the weekend.
Come on, man. Florida's always hot, dude. Always got athletes all across the board, everywhere. So yeah, expecting a little bit better weather this time when we go in. I know we're gonna have some more teams, kind of getting prepared, but it'll be loaded up like always in Florida.
Love it.
I know Island Elite got in the other day. I think they dropped in 5 or 6 teams. You got Gridiron Elite. Hoping Certified Dogs is going to drop back in. I know we got some Virginia flavor coming in with team. I think it's PP Elite.
Okay.
So I think they're bringing 4 or 5 teams out of Virginia. A couple Texas teams already dropped in. I know we got some more Texas flavor coming in. We'll have some guys coming out of Georgia. So, no, it's going to be hot, man. The regional event always brings out the best.
I love it. So look, we got all that, right? But none of that is possible without what? Our lovely sponsors, man. So I'm going to let you do your Steve, right? Because I feel like Steve is, he's got this down to a science. So I'm going to see what you got, man. I'm going to bring up the sponsors, and you tell us what we're looking at. We added a new one, by the way.
Yeah, well, we got the title sponsor, Zenith Loop. They're rocking solid with us, and so it's a great helmet, protect the players. So powered by Yoke, been a sponsor since about 3 years. They're always strong with us. The protein for the athletes, keep the athletes strong. Grip Boost, one of the hottest gloves out right now. Huge sponsor. All the MVPs, Grip Boost in the bags. They're one of the hottest, one of the hottest things out on our circuit. So Flip Sled, they've kind of been off and on for a little bit, but we're trying to bring them back out. The weather's better. One of the most versatile training pieces of equipment that we've got. So it's great for your skill positions. It's great for your linemen, both sides of the ball. So we're going to have one of those in Illinois with us. We're going to have one in Florida. Let some people demo it, but that'll transition kind of over to our camps and combines. But Flip Sled, man, check them out.
Good deal, man. So look, we did a lot of talking in about 10 or 11 minutes. I'm excited. Let's get to our first guest. It's about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, Amsterdam time. So he's got to wait 2 more minutes because I'm going to play the recap video because I want everybody to get hyped. So let's get this recap video going. Wow. Man, I love that video. Who wants to watch it again? No, I'm just playing, man. But that video, that's something special, man. That was San Antonio in a minute. It was amazing. So, we got some special guests on the screen, man. We got RL. He's got the lovely green screen in the back. I'm going to call him out because that's my guy. But look, more importantly, we got the man himself. And I'm going to let Jacob and him kind of chop it up. So, Emmanuel, man, take it from me. Formally tell the world who you are, what you do, anything else you want us to know about who you are in Kings of Europe and whatever else, man. This is your intro. I'm doing a lot of talking. Take it from me.
Thank you so much. First of all, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here. Even though it's 1 o'clock in the morning, it's no better place to be for me to really get these kids exposed here in Europe. I'm originally from Bakersfield, California, born and raised. I'm a former collegiate quarterback, Division One. I was also a high school All-American and a Division Two All-American as well. I came over here to Europe about 6 years ago. 2015 was my first year here, where I played for the Frankfurt Galaxy. Since then, I pretty much stayed abroad to help develop the game. For me, creating Kings of Europe 7v7 was about the development. I understood as a young quarterback how 7-on-7 game have helped me tremendously in my off season. I understood the trend of where it is now with Club 7v7 in America, and pretty much thought about, hey, why not here? Why not get these guys developed? I saw a major lack in the position of quarterback and the skill positions in the perimeters over the years, but I would say since we started it in 2018, we've seen a tremendous jump and improvement in the skills position here in Europe. That's a short spill on me as far as where I'm from, kind of what I do, and what kind of is my inspiration and goal is to overall develop the game, develop the players, get these guys exposure, and having fun and competing around Europe and the world.
That's huge, man. And look, before I let you and Jacob kind of get into it, right? I just got to shout out my guy Connor Tate, right? Small world, rock with Kings of Europe. More importantly, man, great young man. Had him on the show out of Portugal. So shout out to Connor. Hope you're watching, man. If not, I know you watched the replay. So look, man, let's talk about Kings of Europe and Championship 7v7 and what that partnership looks like, man. So go ahead, take it from me, Jacob. Lead the conversation, and I'm just going to enjoy and learn because this is intriguing. And Kings of Europe are doing big things over there, across the seas. And they're coming to where? They're coming to the World National, right? The World Championship. So talk about that,
Yes,
man. Let's
sir.
talk about that partnership.
That's right. So, Emmanuel is very humble, and speaking of Kings of Europe, because he's doing things over there that it did not exist over there. It's here. It's been really good. So one of the things when I initially saw what Kings of Europe was doing, it fit the model that I've always had in my mind when we started this. It's for us. It's more than just a circuit. It's more than just a tournament, right? We want to reach the world. We want to legitimize the sport. So what better way is to be able to take it internationally, be able to set standards globally. So these are all things that we're working on. It's like I said, it's more than just a tournament. So I think about 4 years ago, started talking with Emmanuel. I think the first couple of years, it's kind of get to know you. We were still fairly new as far as a launch as TruXposur Championship 77. So first couple of years, he was doing his thing. We were growing our thing, and good fortunes kind of brought us back together. And so for the last little over 2 years, we've been locked in together. Of course, COVID hit, so development of the relationship was good between he and I and the companies. Uh, Slow growth for him, slow growth for us, but still same vision, right? So power through that. They weren't able to attend the World Championship last year, just like Canada, Mexico, all of our other partners. But we did some virtual stuff, but still had the vision. So this year, they've been able to have their events. We're really pushing forward to the World Championship. Really looking forward to getting that at least that one or two teams this year, right? Because it's still new. The players over there, they see it, but they hadn't touched it. They hadn't lived it yet. And so that's the main thing. So he's done a great job on developing the circuit over there, hosting events in different countries. So this year with the European Championship, which is coming up on, I believe, what is it, March 19th? Is that right, Emmanuel?
Yes, sir. Yeah, March 19th
So
in
March
Amsterdam.
19th, you're expecting 10 to 12 teams, which for the States, right, that sounds really small. But for Europe, that's huge, man.
Look at
A
that.
huge step in what he's doing over there, and a huge step in our relationship to make this international 7-on-7 become a reality. So, being very supportive on what's going on over there. Super excited that that's gonna, be open and roll into that March 19th European Championship. So we align. He does the things, does all the things that's right for the athletes, for the players, and I think that's why we mesh so well together, right? So the visions are there. Um,
Right.
Also, long-term goals. Doesn't stop at just coming over and competing at a world championship. Them coming to the states. It's all about taking everything full circle, right? So the whole vision has always been get it established. Last year was the first ever, by the way, world championship for 7v7, first ever. Uh, so now moving forward is establishment, growth, picking up and taking places around the world, different countries. So all of these
Right.
things are things that we've talked about. So, not only is he the owner and founder of Kings of Europe, but he's an international director for us and our European partner. So the spread, is going to be huge for him, and he's going to play an integral role in that. So, uh, that's what I've seen from him. He's been a great partner, and we're just excited, to actually get them here, and then we're excited to head that way. Head to Amsterdam
Yeah.
hopefully in a couple of years. See what we can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
man,
Indeed.
book my ticket. I'll figure out how to get over. I'll figure out how to get over my anxiety of flying right now, and I'm flying to Amsterdam.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out. But nah, man, that's exciting. I mean, doing real big things internationally. More importantly, like you guys touched on. I mean, the development of the craft, internationally is huge. But more importantly, bringing the experience and the awareness of what American football is over there is just. I mean, it's great. And I take that because of the conversations I've had with Connor and the lack of knowledge and just the lack of presence of American football, right? I mean, the guy, had a hard time finding a helmet, to even, put on to go to the beach and throw the ball. So, the fact that you've built this brand, you've built this circuit, but more importantly, you're building the awareness of the game. Hats off to you, man. Like that's big time. And then the partnership with Championship 7v7 is going to allow you to bring a squad or two over, right? And in the World Championships, where?
Round Rock, Texas.
In
Round
Texas.
Rock.
Man, everything's better in Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, man.
You gotta
Look,
bring it to Texas.
that's it, man. So big time steak dinners are on the line, right? No, but I mean that's massively a big deal, and I'm excited. I can't imagine what you guys feel, but RL is being quiet over there, so I gotta bring him into the conversation, man. I want you to get to know my good friend Emmanuel, who I just met a few minutes ago as well. So, what you got for him, RL? Let's pick his brain. Let's talk a little bit about what he's doing over there in Europe.
First, first thing is shout out to Emmanuel. Hey, mad respect for what you're doing for those athletes over there. I mean, it's something that was needed, and for you to give them a platform to display their talents for the world to see is hey, commendable. My hat's off to you, brother.
Thank you, sir.
One thing is that I deal with the scouting side and more the TruXposur Championship 77 is the platform. But on the TruXposur side, what I have for you is go ahead and shout out some of those athletes that we need to know about that are over there that don't get that true exposure that is needed.
Man, it's so many.
Put
Let
him on the
me.
spot.
I would
There
like.
you
I would
go.
like to shout out a couple guys. I want to shout out mainly. I have to say this because as we deal with COVID, we had some really a really special group last year that unfortunately we were not able to kind of finish. So I want to shout out to all of 2020, 2021 participants that we pretty much could just couldn't get these guys over there. But a few names that pop off of my head right now is Isaiah Davis. He's a quarterback, free safety out of Nuremberg, Germany. Flumor, he is a international NFL pathway program entry. Um, Alexander French, he is a ELF, which is now a professional league in Europe. He's a quarterback for the Cologne Centurions. The list can go on. I mean, I want to shout out to all the kids that really went D1. Gyro is at West Virginia playing linebacker. Matthew is at William and Mary right now playing running back.
Right down the road.
Yeah, so I mean, we have a lot of talent that have come through the KOE program and that participated in our circuit. And these guys, man, I really, I always say that these guys are what make this brand what it is. And so I have to give my hats off to those guys. But again, so many kids to name in so many different countries, honestly. But I'll definitely have a list for you, Ariel. I definitely have a list for you after this
Shoot
championship.
it to me, brother.
European
Shoot it to me.
championship for
We're
sure.
ready for it. Like I said,
Yeah. We got some
it's a
ballers
great
coming
thing.
for sure. We got some ballers coming, man.
Yes, yes, and we're looking forward to seeing y'all. Hope we can see a couple teams there in Round Rock.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
we've heard, we said, iron sharpens iron. So
definitely.
those kids getting a chance to play against the talent here in the States, face to face, mano a mano, that's going to be huge for them to take not only the experience back, but also the knowledge and what they learned when they were here. So hey, man, y'all are doing great things over there, man.
I want to add to that. Not only that, the knowledge and the experience, but the culture. I
Yes.
think that's the biggest thing out of what our guys here in Europe can take is it's the culture. The game has been here. I would say roughly about 40 to 50 years. Due to Army presence throughout Europe. So football has been around, but the culture, the true culture of the game just hasn't, right? And then now you come with a game of like 7-on-7, it's just nothing. You know what I mean? Like the swag, the
Yeah.
sounds, the looks, the whole animation, the whole passion and what, the kids and the culture truly is, what is kind of grown to be in America. That's something I think is very important, because, I like the 7-on-7 game personally because I'm almost able to be an alter ego. You know what I mean? I have like a cape that I can put on, you know what I mean? I can do a little bit more freelancing in the sense of playing, where in a regular strategic game, when the pads on, we all know it's a different game. It's not really kind of throwing that ball in the air and letting your guy get it, throwing it up for grabs across the middle, because that safety will knock his head off or that linebacker will get him. You know what I mean? So the whole culture of the game is something I'm really intrigued to kind of introduce these kids to when we get to America, honestly.
So look, man, you know what's exciting? Bringing 7-on-7 over there in Europe, right? And this just came to mind, right? You talk about swag and in the hype of what 7-on-7 brings, right? We get to find out, we get to find our football version of Luca, right? Or Dirt. We get to find those types of dudes, man, but on the football field. And that's exciting.
Yeah,
like I was literally just thinking about, like, man, you talking about swag. I think about my guy Luca and what he's doing there in Dallas, man. That dude's got swag, and he's as international as it comes. He's doing his thing. Love it.
Hey, we got him. We got him. I will say, man. I don't want to. I'm not a guy to really like boast or brag, but I'll be honest. I have to say that, the team that we do bring, I'm pretty sure guys will be surprised at the talent that we have here. You know what I'm saying? To present. I'll be honest. I'm just excited to get these guys to see where they stand in as far as against the American talent, because I know that they'll do great. It's just one of those things as a confidence booster, right? Believe that you can do it. And again, it's just the culture of that tenacious competitive attitude that I like, and I would love to kind of get these guys introduced to.
Man, I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
So, Jacob, what you got for him, man? We got him for a few more minutes before we gotta, let him go to bed, man. It's getting late.
Yeah, man.
No, I know, man. Hey, but it's just the excitement, right? I mean, dude, this is whenever you have something that you work so hard and so long on, and just to kind of finally see it start to really kind of come together, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, right? So, because I'm telling you, once by the time we get done with the World Championship going into next year, it's completely different. Emmanuel and I talked about this the other day. We just got to get there, man. We're doing stuff that hadn't been done before, right? It hadn't been seen before. All the other sports have done it, but look, this is we're kind of trailblazing this thing out. So I think the growth from 22 into 23 is going to be astronomical, right? Because there's so many countries over there that are so close. I think once it starts a little bit, once it ignites, I think it's just going to continue to blossom. So that's what we're so excited about.
That's big time. I mean, and the best part is, it's going to allow these young student athletes to be able to do something completely different, right? Something out of the norm. Because most of the time, these kids are typically soccer, rugby type, athletes.
Yeah.
So now they get to
really 100% soccer. I mean, it's really no other sport in Europe but soccer.
So they go from football with their feet, right, to football, with their hands. But they get to try something different. But more, I think what's more important is they get to learn something different. And when they learn something different, they can grow different passions, and then that builds the culture. And once you build the culture, man, like Jacob said, you get to enjoy watching it just burn, right, and just light up, because these kids are just going to feed off each other, right? They come in with these what are the drip or the swag or whatever we're calling all the outfits these days, right? The kids love that stuff. So if my homie's playing, I got to figure out how I can join, man. I don't even know the game, but I want to play because y'all got some dope outfits, and I want to be a part of what you got going on. And then it's just a domino effect. And then it goes from Germany to Amsterdam to Portugal, right? Let's bring it to sunny, beautiful Portugal, so my guy Connor can come out, right? At that time, maybe we can let him coach the quarterbacks or something. But we got to do big things, man.
Connor's been all over Europe, man.
Look, man, some of his Instagram pictures, he got the suitcase. He walking around like he Kirk Cousins right now. I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we got the kids doing the gritty out here with all that kind of stuff. I don't know what they call it, but yeah, they out here doing all those dances. I mean, we watch the NFL and everything, even though it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning every time. But I mean, you'll be surprised how much football enthusiasts that are out here and how serious they are about it. And like I said, in the short 4 years that I've done the 7-on-7, the amount of the amount of growth that I've seen just in the development of players, just the development of the game itself, is I don't want to toot my own horn and say I did it all, but I know that I have my part to influence it, and that's something that makes me feel really great inside, to know that I'm doing it for a betterment of the good, to the region. You know what I mean? So it's an honor, man, to really be blessed to be in this position. You see what I'm saying? I know I worked really hard to be here, to be on this live with you guys. It takes a lot of hard work, and I do appreciate you guys, just for giving us this platform, right? Allowing us on this platform to be recognized and be notarized, and to expose these kids and these athletes here in Europe to something that's more greater. And like you said, Jacob, we're going to do great things in the future. I'm excited about the future. I can't wait to really get these guys there, kind of get this first little transaction going, to where we can get the players there competing, and then everything after that is going to be just pretty much a downhill road for us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a big snowball effect that's going to definitely happen, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, ready to go.
That's big, man. So check this out. I know I do a lot of talking, but I'm gonna close this thing. I'm gonna let you get to bed here in just a minute. The last piece that I want to know, because I wouldn't be I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't, because Jacob left it out. I want to hear from you. Why championship 7v7? Why TruXposur? Why the partnership? You could have rapped with anybody, right? I mean, there's others out
Right,
there, but why are you rapping with
right,
us?
right. Yeah, man, that's a good question. And basically, why is because, like Jacob mentioned, we've been in communication for 4 years now, roughly almost 4 years. And it's been one of those things where we built that relationship, we built that consistency. And from the get-go, he's always been a man of his word with me, in the sense of how we will partner, and was upfront and transparent, no funny business. And for me, that speaks volumes. We all know the 7-on-7 world is small, so we'll leave it at that. But it's just something where you really have to get in with good guys, and we share some of the same passions and belief, like you said and mentioned earlier. And so it made sense. It felt good. It feels good. And I think that is something that we started. So we're looking to take it all, take it to the finish line. You know what I mean? So it's exciting for me. I know Jacob is understands the business. He's been around the business. So that's always something too. As me, I'm a young guy in the business, so I can also learn from him, and that's something that's important for me, because I'm a person where I like to soak up everything. You know what I mean? That's around me, so that I can be better for KOE and my kids out here that I represent. So
I
yeah.
love it. So let's do this, man. Before we jump off, right, and I'll let you go to sleep. Go ahead, promote this one last time, man. I got
Oh
the
yeah.
graphic. I want to utilize it. So go ahead,
Oh
tell us
man.
about it, and then
So
you can
it's
you
gonna
can get
be
out of here.
It's gonna be real, 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 real big, real colossal. We gonna set the winter on fire. It's like 10 degrees outside, but it's gonna be 80 degrees once you get here March 19th. We got 7 different countries represented that'll be coming here, bringing their top regional championship teams. It's gonna be over 150 athletes. We're gonna have the whole glitz and glamour. It's gonna be nice. We're gonna have the soft shell helmets sponsored by Zenith. We have the gifts and everything like that from Championship 7v7 to help these kids. And these kids are excited about, getting that free bid and getting into the World Championship and competing against the the top athletes, you know what I mean, around the world. So, March 19th, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're going to be out here in Amsterdam, Netherlands, at the Crusaders Field in West Amsterdam. So if you guys, have someone that wants to probably tune in, we will be trying to work on getting a live stream, whether it is via Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. We will be having some type of live stream going on. So if guys want to tune in, make sure you guys get up super early or stay up super late and tune in to these young ballers that we have. And I can't wait.
Look, man, I got to make the commitment. Look, it's like watching a soccer game, right? If I want to enjoy it, man, I got to get up at the crack of dawn. But I'm committed.
Super Bowl.
I want to see the international flavor, man. I want to see the great talent that's coming to Amsterdam that's going to show out and show up, man, and gain that bid. Because I want to see who's coming to the States. I want to see who's coming to Round Rock, Texas, man. So look.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's go, man. So look, I appreciate it. I know Jacob RL appreciates it. Thank you for everything you do. Both with the partnership, but more importantly with the kids over there in Europe. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Stay blessed. Keep doing big things, and I hope I get to meet you in person in Round Rock. With that, you can jump off here. You can grab some sleep, and I'm gonna jump back to right here, man.
Take it easy, bro.
Bye.
All right.
All right, Emmanuel. Thanks, sir.
Bye.
So check it out, man. Jacob, we're gonna wrap for just a second while I wait for Brandon to jump on, right? While we wait for him to log on. Kings of Europe, man. Like that was such a great conversation, such a great dude doing real big things. Yeah. So while we wait for Brandon to jump on, let's kind of plug a couple of things, right? Because we got Jeff Black on. He's going to be joining us after Brandon here in a few minutes. He's got the Rocky Top Classic in just beautiful Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Look at the views, man. This isn't Photoshopped mountains in the back. This is what you get to see and play on when you come to the Rocky Top Classic in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I will be there representing Spotlight39 Championship 7v7 and TruXposur, camera in hand, doing interviews, filming the entire event, doing real big things. And then we got our guy Josh. He's coming out representing Big Hits Alive, Championship 7v7 and TruXposur as well. And then obviously our guy Gary, man, he's going to make the appearance. He's going to be doing big things representing the company as well. So that's what we get to look forward there, right? But let's talk to him a little bit again about Illinois, man. I don't think we can talk enough about how important this is to bring the circuit out to the Midwest.
It's a new market. And like we've discussed before, the Midwest is a huge expansion area for us. So over the next few years, we're going to be hitting the Midwest really hard. We're solid in Texas, Florida, Georgia. Midwest is growing fast. Don't sleep on the Midwest. There's been some established teams there for a long time, but the growth of the new teams is, it's unreal. The sport's growing everywhere, right? I mean, we just heard about Europe, but here in the States, the Midwest it's primed. So we want to be able to roll in, establish ourselves, and have enough areas for people to play. You got to be able to go into these areas. Everybody can't travel in, great distances every weekend with flights and all of that stuff. So that is why we became the largest circuit, because we do put on a lot of events and we go to a lot of places. So super excited about it. Hey, I wish it was going to be a little bit warmer, but you know what? I'll manage. I'll be good.
I was going to say you decided to go to Illinois over sunny Florida.
Yeah. It's a new market, man. I got a lot of guys up there. A lot of guys I've been talking to for years. For one, just things happen. Sometimes we couldn't make it, or we hadn't linked up, hadn't met them in person. So for me, it's always important to get that face to face. If we're launching in a new market, I want to be there.
I love it, man. So not so new of a market is beautiful Florida, right? So we got a whole team going to O'Fallon, right? They're going to go battle the cold, and then we got a whole team going to sunny Florida, hoping for sunshine and not raindrops this time.
Yep.
So we got representation from the deep South all the way out to the Midwest, man, on the same weekend doing real big things. So couldn't be more excited. We got a full media team going to both, man. We got presence all over. So pick your poison. Where are you coming? Who do you want to rock with? Iron sharpens iron, man. Make sure you register. Registration is still open. Make sure you tap in and come join the party because we're doing real big things. So, all of that being said, we got our guy Brandon. He's now in the building. He is now in the building, so we can get this party going, man. Brandon, can you hear us? Can you see us? All right, so you are muted, man. After all of that, I need you to unmute yourself. If that don't work, jump off and then rejoin, and then that'll fix your audio, man. All right. So while we figure out the audio, it happens at least once a week, right, RL?
Yep, usually does. But like you said, you already know. Hey, just jump off, jump right back on, and then everything's cool.
I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna bring
real quick while we're waiting. A couple things. So you had Coach Will on PA, PA Elite.
Yes, sir.
3 or 4 weeks ago. I love Coach, man. He's always on point, already prepared. Look, sent it out today. They're already locked and loaded for nationals.
I've seen it.
Hotel,
Embassy Suites, Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah, I just had to give him a shout out, man. He's professional, takes care of his business. MVP out of Canada's already locked into nationals. They'll be coming down. Look, man, nationals is going to be hot.
Both physically and on the field, right?
Hey, that's right. And there's some 15U teams out there that I've seen multiple times this year. Look, dude, there's some. I'm going to tell you what, 24K, 15U, Texas Epic 15U, both got 4 tournament championships under their belt already.
Nuts.
That's a matchup I'm dying to see.
Look, 24K has been doing their thing.
Yes.
So I'm going to bring up the schedule, man, while we chat and while we wait for Brandon, man. So we still got a full slate of events, right? But
oh, come on now.
we go from sunny Florida and Illinois, man, and then we get set up for Houston. We ain't even talking Houston yet. We're going to talk Houston next week. So
that's right.
Let's see, man. We got Brandon. He's here. Make sure we got good audio and video. Brandon, can you hear us? Can you see us?
I can hear and I can see.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, we can hear. Nice.
So let me get this graphic off the screen, man, and let you formally introduce yourself to the world, man. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, your favorite shoe, your favorite color. I don't care. You tell us at your intro, man.
Got on my favorite.
Absolutely.
My favorite
Brandon Howard out of Dallas, Texas. I was lucky enough to play for a state championship team, Euless Trinity, back in my heyday, and basically fell in love with recruiting when I was about 6 years old. A huge Georgia Bulldog fan, so go Dogs.
Okay. Look, man, y'all got some big time recruits. Hold on, let me pause you right there. You got my guy Fat Christian Miller signing on signing day, right? You got Mikal Williams, right? Then who else we got? We got Griffin Scruggs, right? Had him on the show. That's my guy. Y'all are stacked, and the class is getting set for 23 right now. I think y'all got some big time recruits coming out of the 23 class. One of which from Cedar Grove High School. So I had to pause you right there, boy. The Bulldogs are doing their thing right now. Kirby Smart, look, he's the new Nick Saban, I think, when it comes to recruiting. Saban taught him well, but go ahead, man. I'll let you do your thing. That's my opinion.
I wouldn't go there that fast because Saban just pulled off a 5-star earlier today.
I did see that.
For 2 more 5-stars, so we still have our work cut out for us. And with A&M having the #1 recruiting class, recruiting is recruiting. So
that it is.
And there was a big gap between 1 and 3 this year. So I was actually just in Atlanta about 3 weeks ago. Hit the Atlanta area hard, and then some of the outskirts, and there's just a lot of top talent out that way. But huge Georgia Bulldog fan, so that kind of shaped how I viewed recruiting. Obviously, I went to probably a top 20 team in Texas as far as Texas football history. And so I was around a lot of top recruits at that time, but just love it, live for it. Love the relationships that you can build with kids, and now have an opportunity to work with you guys, partner with your group, and be a senior sports writer and get to see these kids and build relationships, face to face. Because I think that's the most valuable way you can build a relationship. It's exciting to me because I think at the end of the day, you need to know these kids' stories. They need to be able to tell them to you. You need to know the background and the foreground, because if you don't know that, you're really not recruiting anyway, and you're not really building real relationships. You're just building relationships.
So how about that? My man literally just took my whole, script for what I do with the show. Like I say everybody's got a story to share, and everybody's story can impact somebody in a positive way. And during my interviews with student athletes, man, if you've ever watched it or maybe not, I always start off, we talk football, right? Obviously, that's what it's about. But then we jump from football to the classroom because you got to have the academics to back the talent. And then we stop talking football and then we talk about who they are as a person, right? Because everybody's much bigger than just a student athlete, right? And it gives a great snapshot to coaches, potential coaches, of exactly who they are. So, RL, man, here's my public service announcement. I failed to do it at the beginning, but here it is, man.
We had to get you some theme music.
So look, public service announcement for any student athlete watching, any coach watching, any parent watching. If you've got a student athlete that's serious about playing football at the next level, we got a platform for them, man. We'll do the interview. We can watch their huddle film. We can do whatever it is that you want to do. It's at no cost to you. It's all about giving you the exposure, hence the partnership with TruXposur. We really want to give you that platform to share your story and help you gain exposure in hopes of living out your dreams of playing any level college football, whether it's NAIA all the way to D1 Power 5. It doesn't matter. That being said, man, back to you, man. So, Jacob, let's talk about the partnership, how it came together, why it came together, and let's just chop it up, man. I'm excited to learn a little bit about Brandon.
No, so this is huge, right? So I met Brandon 4 or 5 years ago when I was still rolling around coaching one of our national team, Texas Air Raid. He covered some of the events it did. So that was my first interactions with him. Watched him grow over the last few years as he's continued his writing, really all over as contributor to 247 and multiple other outlets. Super talented young man. I like his age, got to be young to do what he does. He's hungry. But, most importantly, as we look to build out more of the TruXposur platform, what better way to bring on somebody like Brandon that is so well versed in interviewing and writing these national articles on these athletes, right? He can relate to them, former athlete, he's young. He can talk to them on a different level than I can or some of the other members. So we try and fill the void with multiple outlets, right? Pictures, video, interviews. We want to be the TruXposur, the whole platform. So for us to be able to bring Brandon on full time, to be able to him, cover the events, meet these athletes, whether it's on Friday night media night at early team check-in, Saturday, before the games start, after they finish, Sundays after the championship with the MVPs, he's going to be out there looking at as many and everybody as he can. So that's huge for these guys to be able to be acknowledged by someone like Brandon, be able to get that write up. And it just fulfills the TruXposur platform. So super excited to have him come on board. Huge get for us. I'm ecstatic, man. It's been one of those things that we've been working on all year. I'd reached out to a couple different companies, but not anybody independent. And I will say that Brandon was the first person independent that I reached out to. Want to give him those props because that's what we thought of him. And we got lucky, man. It was, the timing was right. And he was able to come on board. And so, now we're ready,
Good deal, man. So now that we know how Jacob feels, RL, how excited are you? Whoa, what are your thoughts on having Brandon on the team, man? Because I'm excited because I'm all about perfecting my craft.
I'm too old to do backflips, but if I could do one, that would show how excited I am to have Brandon with us, man. That takes TruXposur to an all new level.
Yes, sir.
Athletes, I mean, if you don't know who this gentleman is and some of his work, you need, as they say, you need to Google him. Look at what he does. Look at what he's bringing to the platform that Championship 77 and TruXposur is putting out there for you. Verified. I'll say that. Congratulations on that one because he is verified on Twitter. But I want y'all to make sure that you seek out Brandon. But to seek out Brandon, you got to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. We have so many athletes that are out there on that football field that deserve the TruXposur that we get them, and now we have the writer to put it all into words so we can get it out there to even more eyes, so that we can get more eyes on you. So hey, Brandon, I am super excited to work with you. Believe me, I will be in your hip pocket we will go out there and we will do exactly what we love to do, and that is to give true exposure to these athletes, brother. I really, my hats off to you as well. I'm glad you're here with us.
Yes, sir.
So Brandon, man, this is an interrogation interview. If you didn't already understand that, so we're just going to rapid fire stuff at you. I'm curious to find out, when do we get to see you in person, man? What's the first event that you're going to be at representing?
Well, it's funny that you asked that. I just ran into some of my Florida guys last weekend, and I was DMing some of them today, and I'll be in Florida in 2 weeks. So for the March 4th through 6th date,
Okay.
I'll be out there, and I was already letting some of the Florida guys know that I'm gonna make my way there, letting some of the high school coaches know, because at the end of the day, again, it's all about relationships, and the further you can dig those roots, the better off you are. And so that'll be the first stop for me.
Good deal. So here's the flyer. This is where my guy Brandon's going to make the debut. And with the debut, right? What do these student athletes get to look forward to when you're there in sunny Florida, live and in person? What are you going to provide to them, man?
Well, one, if you see the Bass Pro Shop hat, there's work being done. You know that I'm there.
I like.
Two, you're going to see a fresh pair of Yeezys, because those are just my travel kicks, but they're going to be getting dirty, because at the end of the day, I mean, I rock them, but they have a lot of mileage on them from just games and whatnot. Two, you're going to get somebody who's probably not going to hype you up as much as you think you deserve the hype, is going to talk to you pretty real, because I think in this game, in this industry, there's a lot of hype, and not to people who are speaking to these kids the truth that they need.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you may have 15 offers, but how many of those offers can you commit to? Hey, yeah, you may have 25 offers, but you can commit to one school. Yeah, you may have 30 offers, but how many of those offers are going to be official offers?
That's it.
Giving them that real, but also the kids that are slept on. Hey, have you put your huddle highlights up from the season? Oh, no, you're not slept on. Hey, are you out here? Are you just a 7-on-7 guy? Or whenever I turn on the tape, do you actually make the plays that you say you make out here? Third, I mean, you're going to get somebody who's going to talk to you like that, chop it up with you, but also will spend some time with you, either in a DM, on a phone call, whatever it may be, and actually be there for you whenever sometimes you don't have anybody to be there for you. Whether that's helping with highlights, whether that's, talking to a coach a certain manner, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because in this space, I feel like I'm called to speak a certain way to these kids, and even to the parents, because sometimes the parents need to be educated as well, positively, not necessarily bringing anybody down, because I'm not in a space to bring anybody down. It's all about uplifting, because at the end of the day, coaches are looking for a reason not to offer you versus looking for a reason to offer you. There's a million kids out there.
That
So
is
what are you doing
well put.
That's kind of just how I operate, to be honest.
That is
That's what you expect in Florida.
That is crazy well put, man. Like that last piece, right? Coaches are finding a reason to not offer. That's what they're looking for, right? You got to give them that reason to offer, and that's what Brandon's going to bring to the table. He's going to give you the real, right? Because like he said, there's a lot of hype dudes out there. I mean, you look on social media, and there's a hype boy for everybody, right? And that's cool, because everybody needs that hype guy. But the reality is, if you wanna go to the next level and you're serious about it, right? You can't be told that you're D1 Power 5, and the reality is, you're shorter than Russell Westbrook and you run a 4.7. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably not D1 Power 5, but you probably have a home somewhere, and that's okay, because it's still football, it's still the game you love, and more importantly, it's a free education, because that's what this game's all about. We could have all the talent in the world, we can play all the football, all the basketball. We can wrestle, we can run track, we can do all those things. But if you're not getting a free education, then what are you doing it for, right? You got to bust your behind in the classroom and on the field or on the track or whatever your sport is, right? Because, obviously we talk football, but it doesn't stop there. This message for everybody. You got to be just as talented in the classroom, off the field and on the field all together, and that's how you're going to get recruited. That's how you're going to live out your dreams. And I think that's the message that my guy Brandon is going to bring to the table, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's the goal.
I love it. So Jacob, man, you ain't talked in a little bit. What you got for him?
So you asked me why Brandon, right? I didn't even have to say anything. You just let him talk just like that. He'll tell you exactly why we wanted him with True Exposure. The passion, his work ethic, the way he views things, the way he can help these young athletes. It's the full package, man. It's the rep. So again, I don't have to say much. He speaks volumes for himself.
That's awesome, man. So with all of that, we start off in Florida, right? How are we going to see the work that Brandon puts out? Obviously he's going to be there. He's going to be doing interviews. He's going to be, chopping it up and rapping with the kids. But where do we get to see this, right? How do we get to see the work that he's putting in?
So obviously, Brandon's got a lot of his platforms that will be going on, but they'll also be going on our Championship 77 and our TruXposur platforms. And as this grows, I think Brandon's going to be able to take over some more roles. Super talented guy. But first and foremost, first rolling out, you'll be able to see those articles as they come out on his platform, his Twitter, which is Twitter right now. You go follow him. It's listed right there under his picture. And it'll also be on TruXposur and Championship 77.
That's big time, man. So we're running right on schedule, man. You got a few more minutes to talk to the world about what you do. What else can we learn about Brandon while we got you?
I mean, I think it's a question of what do you want to know? I can play Question Master all day.
Well, look, man, let's continue the interrogation. RL, rapid fire, man. What do you want to know?
Hey, my interrogation, Brandon, is from the scouting point. Can you, I guess, shed some light on these kids as what the path on how it starts? A lot of them, they're out there. Hey, I want this D1. I'm a D1 athlete. I'm slept on, like you said before. They've said that, but can you kind of shed some light on what the path is on being recruited?
Absolutely. So, let's backtrack a little bit. One, do you have varsity film? Like that should be the number one thing. Do you have varsity film? And what does that film look like? Whenever you put your film together, is it just a bunch of plays that, hey, I could go out there and make myself? Or is it the wow plays? Now we backtrack even further. Do you pass the eye test? We can all say the eye test doesn't matter. We can all say that we don't look at it. We look at it. Because the kids, the same kids that are saying they don't care about it or it shouldn't matter, whenever they watch football on Saturday and Sunday, they see DJ Metcalf and go, he's a freak. So if you're going to say that to me, then I'm allowed to say it to you. It's the eye test. And then, it comes into the intangibles. So one thing that's always been important to me is what goes on up here. And it's not just like how you read the game. It's not how well, you see the game. It's how you carry yourself. I was blessed enough to be around a Notre Dame commit over the weekend and actually flew back on the plane with him. And I told him while we were at the event, I said, you are an NFL guy. I'm sure you've been told that a lot, but you're an NFL guy. It was the fact that he played offense. It was the fact that he played defense, and he's a defensive guy, but was willing to go in offense whenever his team was down and needed a spark. Most guys would stay in their spot or say, I shut down this side of the field. I did this. But it's like, but then if your team doesn't win, you're going to have less looks anyway. So are you a team guy or are you a me guy? And those two things are not the same. And so going into the process, schools are going to look for, is he a team guy or is he a me guy? Does he fit our culture? Because everybody does not fit the culture of a Florida, just like not everybody fits the culture of a Texas. And so sometimes you're going to get a Texas offer, but you won't get a Florida offer because you don't fit the culture. Just like you may get a Texas offer and you don't get a Florida offer because you don't fit their culture. And so whenever they went into the process, I always say, have you filled out a questionnaire? Do you have your film up? Are you doing the things to recruit yourself, or are you sitting back waiting for someone else? I even use that the verbarism, and that's not even a word, but I just made it tonight, is that at the end of the day, whenever you go on a date, do you show up to the date dusty and musty, or do you find yourself presentable? Most times if you're a guy chasing after a girl, you have to chase after the girl. You have to go get the girl. You have to go get the date. You don't wait for the girl to come to you and say, hey, do you want to go to prom? So if it's the same process, it's the same process in recruiting. You're not going to sit back and wait for a coach to hit you up. Yeah, he may hit you up, but what are you doing in the space for yourself to be proactive? And that does not mean, hey, mom, you fill out the questionnaires. Hey, mom, you get this done. Hey, mom, you talk to the coaches. Hey, dad, you do this. Hey, dad, you control my Twitter. It's your process, because if it's not your process, you're going to find out at 5 a.m. when you do get that college offer from a college coach who loved you and recruited you and told you were going to start the first time you got on campus. You're going to find out at 5 a.m. whenever he says a bunch of words that you didn't even know were in the dictionary, that you're not the guy. You have to become the guy. So there's just a quick snippet. I can't give away all the trade secrets.
Look, man, and the best part of that is, what comes to mind is there's no I in team, right? And that term can be used in many different avenues. But in this situation, man, there's no I in team. And no matter what you do, it's great. But you like you were talking about the young man, the Notre Dame commit. Like, you've got to understand that there's no I in team. You've got to be a part of the team. And he's willing to play offense. He's willing to play defense. He's willing to do what it takes to help the team. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, man.
I hope these athletes, Rob, I hope they pay attention to what Brian just said. I mean, it's just it's about getting yourself out there. Like you said, if you're gonna sit back and you're gonna, I'm just gonna post all of these workouts that I've got. But like you said, when you brought up the questionnaire, I don't know how many kids I've reached and I'll say, hey, have you done the questionnaire for the college? No, I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna get to it. You hit them back in 2 weeks later. Have you done it? Your coach is asking about you. No, I still haven't done it. Well, what are they supposed to do? I mean, man, we're gonna have a great relationship because I'm that same way when I talk to kids or I talk to parents. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it with you, but I'm going to coach you on how it should be done to get these. But like you said, it's the culture that you fit into. When you said that also, you may be a Florida kid, but you're not a Texas kid. You may be an Oklahoma State kid, but you're not a USC kid. Kids don't understand that. They'll be like, well, I'm just slept on. I don't know why. He was there and he looked at me and all of this stuff. Hey, it's different strokes for different folks. I hope y'all heed the message that he put out. Rewind this later on. Go back and listen to everything Mr. Howard just told y'all.
So look, man, I'm going to task you with the assignment of screen recording that section and blasting it because these kids need to hear that, man. So look, so I'm going to welcome you to the TruXposur family the right way, man. Just like, if you were a coach, obviously you talk to a lot of recruits. So I want you to shout out, 1, 2, 3, whatever it takes, the slept on kids, man. The kids that we might not know about that you've talked to and you feel that they deserve that exposure on this national live platform, man. Welcome to the team.
You want me to do that right now?
Talk about put him on the spot.
Yeah. I mean, let me just go to my DMs real quick. Well, Grayson Harris. I'm just going to continue to speak on Grayson Harris out of Ennis, Texas. He has 3 Power 5 offers right now as a true freshman. I think he's a top 150 player when it's all said and done. I don't think there's any question. I'm actually kind of irritated that he only has 3 Power 5 offers.
Wow.
Another kid out of Mansfield Summit, Legend Journey. And that irritates me. He told me to be patient, and I'm irritated for him. Legend Journey, 2024 kid out of Mansfield Summit. He is the anchor for that team, played next to Texas Tech. Well, ended up being Texas Tech commit last year. Turn on the tape. Just turn on the tape. He has 2 offers right now from Texas Tech and UTSA. It's irritating. I think he should have 10 to 12 to 20. Really, when it's all said and done, I think he's really a top 250 player, maybe 300 player in the country. Legend Journey. I have my boy Fleeks. Let me see real quick. I have to go. Yeah. So his name is Keo Fleeks. He plays for Wichita Falls. I actually had the opportunity to see him against Grapevine High School. They lost the game 43-7. Like I told you, it doesn't really necessarily matter to me what the score is. Sometimes you have to just evaluate talent. Fleeks is 6'4". His cousin plays for Hershey. He has a Texas Tech offer. His cousin does. Fleeks plays for a team that went 3-7 last year. When I showed up, he caught the ball over somebody's head, and so I introduced him to a 7-on-7 program. And the first weekend of 7-on-7, the team scored, I think, 6 touchdowns. He had 5 of them. He's a talent. And he plays for a team that's 3-7. I have to because I'm going to Florida. Otherwise, he'd get mad at me. Jalen Hayward out of Rockledge. That's because that's my boy. That's my boy. He'll be making out a trip to Florida pretty soon. But about a 5'11 and a half kid, rock solid, about 185, give or take 180, 185. The kid didn't play his freshman year, but has blown up. I think he has 14 offers so far.
Oh, wow.
And I can get into some of the nitty gritty guys. But just those are 3 top guys where I have true relationships with them. And even I'll throw another one out there. And he's a system guy. But I love his work ethic. And that's Jacob Jordan out of South Lake Carroll.
Okay.
2024 kid, have been in a relationship with him since he was in 7th grade, and I just knew at that point in time he was going to be a player. For him, it's the work that he puts in that I really respect. I love the work that he puts in. I love the work that he puts in, and his time is coming. I don't know who's going to pull the trigger first, but when they do, they're going to be happy that they got him. If I were to have more time, there's kids I could go on with forever who don't even have offers. I can just go through my headshots because I have probably.
Hey, look.
Those are just 4 kids that come to mind at the moment.
Look, we appreciate that. So, like I said, welcome to the team. And going forward, man, we can have plenty of time, man. We got a great platform that we can utilize, we can use and abuse. And if you got some time, I'll find some time. We link up. We can do this thing, man. We can talk about all these underrated gems that you got in your DMs, right? We can play some of their film. We can spice these dudes up, man, and really give them that exposure that they deserve so they can live out that dream, man. So, look, we appreciate it. Welcome to the team. I can't wait to meet you in person. Hopefully soon. I'm going to be in the beautiful state of Tennessee this weekend. We're going to bring my guy Jeff Black on next. So, Brandon, I appreciate you. We'll be in contact. Again, welcome. Let's do big things together, all right?
Appreciate you being here, Brandon.
Good deal.
Brandon, thank you.
So, look, man, let me do this. While I get my my man Jeff queued up, right? We gotta bring out the sponsors again, right? So RL, take it this time. Talk to us about the sponsors. Who are we looking at right now?
We're starting off with our Powered By, which is our Zenith sponsor. They're doing big things. They've changed a lot. I'm telling y'all, kids really love the Zenith Loop. You've had a 5-star safety rating, you've got comfort, and you've got the drip. And also next, we've got our Powered By Yoked. Yoke gives you that muscle recovery that you need after those 7-on-7 tournaments, helps you get ready for championship day on Sunday. Followed by, I have to go with my boy Cheetah, the Grip Boost gloves. Everybody knows what it is. They know what it looks like. They know what it feels like. They know what it does. It gives you that confidence to go up and get it, and you come down with it. Next, we've got Flip Sled. Flip Sled, I'm telling y'all right now, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't used it, when we bring it out to you, give it a try. You'll see exactly why it is one of the top equipments that we were going to be promoting, y'all. Hey, Zenith, Yoked, Flip Sled, Grip Boost. Appreciate y'all. Much love.
Bang, bang. With that being said, my man's been in the green room. He's been tapped in this whole time. He's been listening. He's been enjoying the show. It's the man himself, Mr. Jeff Black. I'm going to let him introduce himself. You see the Rocky Top 7v7 Classic logo. So go ahead, Jeff. Formally tell the world who you are, what you do, anything else you want us to know. And then obviously we get to plug the Rocky Top Classic in beautiful Tennessee for this weekend. And then we'll talk about what we can expect. So go ahead, take it from me, man. Oh, man. Pause. You're so excited. You are muted right now. Hey, do this. We got a small delay. I'm gonna take you off. You rejoin, and then we'll fix the audio. So while he does that, let me pull up his flyer here. Nope, that's our promos. There it is. So the Rocky Top Classic. So Jacob, man, tell us a little bit about this and why we are a partner, and then we'll chop it up with Jeff as soon as he jumps back on.
Yeah, so number one, great event. We don't do too many affiliate events on our circuit. We do a few in some markets that we hadn't been able to hit, but we only will partner with guys that are established, that we have good business relationships with. So again, Jeff is somebody that I've been working with for about 5 years. It's been one of the top events around the country every year on the circuit. Everybody likes to go. It's in a good central location, but dude, it's beautiful. I mean, I'm jealous that you're going to be there and I'm not, but the view on the fields is awesome. Jeff runs a great event. Again, going to be around 88 to mid 90s on the teams. 1-day event, guys get to come in, get out. And again, hey, it's a national qualifier. Everybody that champions of every division wins that paid bid to the Battle Royale National Championship. So got a lot on the line.
Yes, indeed, man. So while we still call an audible and we wait for him to jump back on, let's plug the schedule, right? We got to pull that back up. We got some big time events happening. We got 2 events coming up next weekend. We got Florida, we got Illinois. We've been talking about it, so we'll bring them up, right? That's the Southeast Regional. Obviously, we got a full media team.
Qualifier.
Yes,
National
sir.
Qualifier.
So paid bid to nationals, right? Brand new market. We've done spiced this up. Jacob's so excited. He's willing to go to -4 degree, weather out in
Come on now.
Illinois. He's going to borrow my look. The best part. Hold on.
Talk about that. I'm going too. I don't want to go to that. No.
Oh yeah. Look, check this out. So being that y'all are going to Illinois, we got Josh. He's tapped into the live right now. So Josh, man, I'm calling you out. I need you to bless these dudes with that fluffy furry hat that you were wearing when it was 68 in Chile in Florida, man. They're gonna need that when it's -4 and blistering cold. So
Hey,
big
Rob,
things
let
happening.
me throw this out there. Every tournament so far that Rob has, that Josh has went to out of state, has
Yep.
been cold.
It's the hat,
I
man.
think he may be jinxing us on purpose, man. We ain't had a good warm 70-degree tournament yet. And everyone I'm jocking at, we've been like 40 degrees.
That's
You're
crazy.
still my dog, Josh. You're still my dog.
I love it. So let's see. What else can I waste some time on while we wait for him to jump on? We got to talk about the show. In case you don't know, you're watching True Exposure Live, and it happens every Wednesday night. It's dedicated strictly to Championship 7v7 and everything True Exposure, because we partnered up to give these kids the real exposure that they deserve in hopes of living out their dreams. So whether it's 7-on-7 or Friday Night Lights, man, we got cameras in hand. We got national analysts. We got national recruiters. We got sports writers. We got an entire, plethora? Is that the right word?
That's it.
We got an entire squad dedicated to helping you, the student athletes, live out your dreams, man. So if you say you're slept on, if you say you're under recruited, underrated, all these things, and you're not doing any of the things that my guy Brandon just spoke on, you can't say any of those things. You got to make sure you're doing what you can. Control the controllables. I say it every day, right? You got to control what you can control, and then anything else you gotta leave in God's hands. But make sure you can control what you can control. So I'm not sure what's happening. He tried to reconnect. Close the browser. There he is. I wasn't sure how much longer I could delay myself, Jeff. We got audio, we got video.
Can you hear me?
Hey, look, man, we got good audio. So go ahead. I'm going hoarse over here. My mouth's dry. I done ran out of water trying to make up some time. So go ahead, tell the world who Jeff is.
Brandon, sorry. I won't be as good as he was.
Hey, it's all good, man. Tell the world who you are, what you do, anything else you want us to know, man, and we're going to have some good conversation. Let me pull up your logo again right here. Bang, Rocky Top Classic. Go ahead, tell us.
Yes, well, I'm Jeff Black. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm a high school administrator and athletic director at an inner city school. I just started that job this year and love it. But I've been a 7-on-7 guy for 28 years. Sorry, Jacob, probably have you on that. So
7-on-7's been around for 28 years?
Well, actually, it's been around longer than that. But I started a little in 1994. When I was coaching high school football. I was trying to get some of the kids out that weren't playing football to maybe have something fun off season and maybe do the recruiting there. That's what high school football coaches do.
Man.
And we had about a 15-20% increase on our football team that year. And we had a little league, the league that summer. And, we had kids out playing that wouldn't play the game normally. And a very first one. And it's been doing that since 1994.
That's big time, man. So beautiful Gatlinburg, Tennessee, right? We got the Smoky Mountains in the background, right? That's just not for we're not doing that just for the flyer, right? That's not
that's live. That's what you'll see.
That's real life right there.
It's real life. And the crazy thing about it is it might snow on Friday.
Don't tell me that.
75 degrees on Saturday.
Yeah, don't tell me about snow, man. Look, I don't want no snow, man. I'm coming to Tennessee to enjoy beautiful Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, man. So let's kind of chop it up. Jacob, you lead this conversation, man. Let's talk about the partnership. Let's talk about the event. Let's talk about the presence that's going to be at the event. Let's do all that fun stuff, man.
Yeah, so again, it's a relationship that's developed and kind of blossomed over 4 to 5 years. Again, Jeff, he's got me on the years. At 28 years, I told you he's an OG. He's been doing it a long time. So, a lot of respect for what he's done. And again, you always look for a solid partner when you're in this business, right? There's just not a whole lot of people that you trust to kind of bring into the brand. Jeff had an established event. He's coached teams. He's had established teams, so it was a good fit. And so we built some trust over the years, uh, and he's made some concessions to kind of come on with us, and we've kind of made some concessions, to let him run his event the way he runs it because it's a good event. People like to go there. People love the location. So it gives us that national qualifier there in Tennessee, and it brings somebody else, a partnership on board with us that's got the experience and the integrity like Jeff. So again, like everybody that you've kind of been on the show tonight, you see the trend, right? Top quality people.
That's
So
it.
uh,
Everybody's got a vision similar to each other, right? So
yep.
we got one thing in mind, and that's the student athlete. We're doing it for the right reasons. We're not doing it, to hype these kids up and fill them with false hope, right? We're not out here for a get rich quick scheme. We're not doing any of those things, man. We're providing tools for these kids to be successful both on the field and off the field in life. And that's why I think what we do is very special and completely sets us apart from anybody in any other organization that's doing what we do, right? Because there's multiple 7-on-7 circuits, right? There's all kinds of different 7-on-7 companies, and I feel like every time I log on to social media, somebody else is hosting a 7-on-7 tournament of some kind somewhere. And I think that's cool, right? Because it's a great thing for the kids, but as long as it's being done for the right reasons, and that's what we do here at Championship 7v7. That's what we do with TruXposur. We're providing these kids with I'm gonna use the word again because I enjoyed it, a plethora or however it's pronounced of tools, right? So we got all the media coverage. We got still shots with what is it, AR shots, right? Alonzo comes from Texas, flies all over,
Be
takes.
marvelous.
Yeah, Be Marvelous taking some fantastic shots. She grabs a lot of the sponsorship shots, right? We got a dude that rocks drones. That's flying the drones over top. We live streamed, a beautiful live stream in San Antonio. We got Brandon, right? He just came on board, the sports writer, the interviews. We got me doing Spotlight39 and the live show, and coming and filming the entire event. So speaking of that, I will be in Gatlinburg, for those that don't know. My guy Josh, who said snow. What? He's from Florida, man. He thought 68 was cold. So if you're talking snow, he might stay home. So don't talk about snow because this man will make these kids go viral. That's what he does at Big Hits Live. I mean, the dude posts a video and he gets 1 million views on TikTok. Who doesn't want to be seen 1 million plus times? So if you want to go viral, make sure you show up and show out and do the things right, right? We don't want to see any of the trash talk that leads to bad mouthing or any of that. We want to see trash talk that's competitive and that's fun, right? We want to see quality celebrations, man. We want to see what you do on Friday nights on the 7-on-7 field. So I'm doing a lot of talking again. Let's talk about the event. Let's talk about what we get to look forward to in Gatlinburg. So I'm going to bring the flyer back up. Jeff, if you don't mind, kind of just talk to us. Let us know how many teams. Name some teams that we get to see. If you know any student athletes that are going to be there, shout them out. And I don't care. Tell us anything and everything about this big event in beautiful Gatlinburg.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we've got 104 teams coming, and the really impressive thing that you can see about what 7-on-7 and Championship 77 has done for us is we had usually close our registration the week before, and on Friday I was telling people we had a few spots left. Our bang number was 102, and before you know it, we had 146 teams, and I had to start. We had to start. I couldn't get the registration off fast enough. I couldn't. I mean, it was one of those things where I was trying to just find a way to get off my website. Tell people it's closed. We put it out there several times, and the numbers kept dinging, and I had all these phone calls, and it just shows you the growth of 7-on-7, and actually coming out of COVID too. opportunity for our kids to get out and do things and really learn the game. And it's this game has developed college football so much as well. And one thing I want to say is, sometimes 7-on-7 gets a bad rap, but every college camp you go to, what do they always do at that college camp? 7v7.
That's
There's
it.
always
Yeah.
a format there, and so this game gets kids ready for that for the college camps. And if you know how to you know how to work that 7-on-7 game, those college camps allow you to show off a little more, and people get more recognized that way.
Good deal.
It's like
So-
studying for a game.
So we got the 7-on-7, but what's this big man battle? What is that?
We got some classics. We have Sound Mind, Sound Body out of Detroit. We have Trench Mile out of Georgia, and National Playmakers Academy out of Nashville, Tennessee, which just had kids. Jacob Hood signed with Georgia this past year, 6'8", 330-pound lineman out of Nashville. We've had Fisher Anderson signed with Stanford this year. He's going to be a big time player for him. We've got there were 4- and 5-star guys all over the place. And as a matter of fact, this is as a 7-on-7 guy, you get these parents and people come watch the skill athletes play, and they start wandering down toward this field. And also, before you know it, there's probably 300 to 400 people around it, and we're having to back them up because the massive bodies and the quick feet and the shooting moves. And I mean, I was getting excited watching it, and sort of forgot my job was to manage the whole facility. So it was exciting to watch. But it's you're going to see some big time athletes there. Guys with massive size, with speed, and just ability to move like skill players do.
I love it. So we get the big man to go with the skill guys. That's bonus content, man. That's what I'm talking about.
And
So the big men get some love too.
We have we have 11 game fields on turf going off at the same time. 11 7-on-7 games.
Yeah, man. I was looking. Hold on. I was looking at that map. I'm slightly a fluffy guy, man, and I'm curious as to how many pounds I'm going to lose walking from field to field, man, because that map, kind of got me a little scared, man. It's a little spread out.
You're going to get on the golf cart. I'll tell you that.
Look, you got to point me in that direction first thing in the morning.
You'll need some ibuprofen the next day for sure. We have it goes for probably a quarter mile easily, from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill, and keeps going. And it's a great facility in the middle of Smoky Mountains, which is not a better view, and just great for our kids to get to play with that and see the excitement of all the bodies there, just watching the game we all love.
That's big time.
Kids.
So
Quick
look,
story here. I want to tell you, just take a second. So I was doing this in 1994, and started training kids and taking a few kids to do some things. And I guess about 5 or 6 years later, I found some really good events in Florida and Georgia and Alabama and stuff, and started taking some of my opponents' kids with me because you couldn't find enough kids to do it then. So I had all the guys I was coaching high school ball against. I was training their kids, and they're playing ball for me in the spring and summertime. And used to get some massive arguments because they said thought I was trying to recruit their kids, until those kids came back on Friday nights, and they were a whole lot better because they played against great competition. And I said that's when their recruiting went up, and that's when they had kids started getting offers and stuff, because when they go to those camps, what happens? They perform. Because that's what the 7-on-7 games does for our kids. It's a great feed for high school football.
good deal. So Jacob, man, talk to us about the partnership. Why are we partnered up as an affiliate, right? We don't do a whole lot of affiliate events like you mentioned. So why partner with Jeff? Why partner with the Rocky Top Classic? And then I'm curious as to, what Jeff's point of view is as to why, Championship 7v7, when he could be doing his own thing. He's been in the game long enough, right? He probably don't need to have the partnership, but he chose to have the partnership. So I'm just curious, what brought you fellas together? And obviously you guys share a vision, but, I think it's deeper than that.
Yeah, so it's kind of one of those things. It was fate. I kind of met Jeff through some other business interest, and Jeff and I ended up kind of hitting it off, and we talked a lot. And again, it's a development of a relationship, right? So there's respect that goes into that, and obviously both sides kind of fill each other out, because we're in an industry that may not be all that honorable at times, but everybody wants the same goal, and just some people have different ways to get there. But so we linked up, and again, it's a great event. It was an established event. We weren't in Tennessee. And so we, if we're going to do an affiliate event, we like it to be a strong event. Jeff had been in the game way longer than I had, and I've been in it a long time, so I knew that we were getting somebody with experience that knew how to run an event. Quality person. I mean, you can look at what he does with his real job. So it was a natural fit for us. And one of the things that we offer to affiliates is they're able to feed to a quality national championship and be a part of a circuit that has kind of changed the culture of 7v7. The fighting, all of that stuff, we really wanted to clean it up. And it is. We play football, right? So if you can't do it on a Friday night or a Saturday, no reason that you're going to come out to our tournament and, do it at a 7-on-7 tournament. Don't disrespect the game. We cleaned it up. So we give a good platform. So I think it was mutual. What he saw that we were doing, we liked what he was doing. And so we've grown over the last 3 to 4 years as an affiliate event.
And I do feel like that's what's helped my event grow so much more too, being having that affiliation with Championship 77, and Jacob has done a great job of just sort of shooting, let me shoot things off of and just directing me in certain ways. And I'm so glad for this partnership, and it's helped us grow. And you can see that I think we've done a great job. All of us have, as far as just developing kids and give them something fun to do and get better at stuff.
Good deal. So one last time, man, let's bring up the flyer. Let's give the people one more time a snapshot of what to expect. It's this Saturday. It's the Rocky Top Classic in beautiful Gatlinburg, Tennessee, right? They got great cotton candy wine for the adults, but they got great family fun for everybody else. And we get a bonus, man. We get the big man battle. We got some big time big men coming in doing real big things. I'm saying big a lot because I don't think the big dudes get enough love. So the fact that there's a big men, battle, I'm excited, man. That's bonus right there. That's bonus material.
Love it.
Looking forward to it. Should be a great day.
Absolutely. So with that being said, that is the Rocky Top Classic. I myself, I'll be there, camera in hand. So make sure you're ready. We're doing interviews with the beautiful mountains in the background, and I'm filming the entire event. I'm going to break out the drone for some aerial footage. We're doing real big things. Content galore is coming your way. And then again, if you want to go viral, we got my guy Josh, Big Hits Live. He's going to be in the building coming up and over from sunny Florida. He's probably going to look, if you're talking snow, man, he's going to bring out the full, the full headgear with the chinchilla, right? Like he's going to be geared out. He's ready to go. And I'm excited, man, because I finally get to meet my guy in person, and we're going to bring all kinds of content to these student athletes in beautiful, beautiful Gatlinburg, Tennessee, man. Thank you for jumping on. So
thank you, guys.
I appreciate it, man. I'm going to bring up the sponsors while we queue up our next guest. And this time I'm going to do it, man. We got the Zenith Loop. The Zenith Loop, providing the headgear, providing, the protection, 5-star rated, right? Don't always believe what you see on the internet. They are official, right? They do big things with the headgear. And as you see, these student athletes, man, they love it. It's comfortable. It fits great. And then we got our friends at Yoked. We got the powdered protein, right? Watch the promo videos all on social media. It's a lot of fun, man. These kids have no idea what they're trying until they put it in their mouth, and then their minds are blown. Then we got Flip Sled, right? We're going to have a sample for you to put your hands on and play around with in Florida and Illinois next weekend. So make sure you check that out. That's Flip Sled. Then we got Grip Boost. Grip Boost with all the glove needs that you might want, right? And more that you probably didn't even know you needed. Our guy, Tyreek Hill, he's got an exclusive pair that you can pick up on the circuit, right? And then we got Destroyin', right? Internet sensation, Destroyin'. He's got an exclusive pair that you can pick up on the circuit. So we got all the tools to be successful. So with that being said, man, we got to get into the next set of guests. We got a couple of student athletes, man. They got the hats on, right? They got the long hair. Look, they are ready to go. One's smiling big and one looks nervous as I don't know what. So let's bring them on camera right now. There they are. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, guys?
What's
up?
That's my guy.
That is my fault. I thought we had two student athletes. My guy looks like he's like 17, 18. So I don't know how old you are, but shout out, man. You are looking young, my man. Good deal.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So look, we got audio, we got video. Let you and your guy introduce himself to the world. So whoever wants to start, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, anything else you want us to know, man.
My name's Kenny Miller. We just started Lone Star 7v7. My partner Rick isn't here tonight. But we're 29, both of us. We're young, we're hungry. We love taking care of our guys. We love hoping that they get recruited, and not really hoping because they all deserve to. So it's more of a when, more so than if. My background, I started off with sports performance. I've been a sports performance trainer for about 9-10 years, and I've had everybody from Olympians to NFL guys all the way down to your 8-year-old neighbor, and had a passion for it at 19, kind of ran with it, played college ball, finished, and then started up training in Lone Star this past 12 to 18 months. And then go ahead.
I'm Trey Owens, class of 2024 quarterback, Cypher High School. Just finished up my year. We went second round, lost to a very good Bridgepoint team. But when it comes to 7-on-7, I just enjoy getting to work hard, and especially the tournaments. Tournaments are fun with my guys. I love winning. I hate losing. That's why we try our best to make sure that doesn't happen a lot. But yeah, it's super fun.
That's awesome, man. So look, you're a student athlete, man. I got to know. We got to shout it out. What's the talent in the classroom look like compared to the talent on the field? What's them grades look like, man? I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, I got all A's and B's. I'm on a roll though. I think I have 5 A's and 2 B's, but they're like 88s and 89s that can easily be brought up.
My man. True student athlete right there.
Yeah, yes, sir. You'll never catch me slacking in their classroom.
I love it, man. So go ahead, RL, man. Me and Jacob, we've been leading the conversations. I'm going to let you do this. We got coach, we got student athlete. Let's talk to him, man. Dig into him.
Coach is my guy. This is my guy right here.
Well, this is good banter. I'm ready to listen.
Kenny knows exactly, Kenny. The first question I'm going to ask you, man, is I love what y'all do. I told you that before. When we saw y'all there, Plano, everything else, what I want to know, and because, it is the TruXposur live show, is I want you to give you some live at TruXposur to some of them players that we're going to be looking at.
Well, we have Trey Owens right here, QB1. We also have Gavin Rutherford.
Didn't he just win something, or he got first in something?
Say that again?
Didn't he
I
get
mentioned this part. He's got a shirt on underneath it. He's trying to be modest on camera right now, but he's got his MVP shirt on right underneath this. But went to the UC ESPN 300 camp last week, won the most accurate competition, and came away with one of the MVP shirts.
Man, that's big time right there. Class of 24, right?
Yes, sir.
That's big, man. Congratulations. So yeah, man, let's show some love to the other dudes not on camera right now.
Yep. So our quarterback room is pretty stout. Trey, Gavin Rutherford from Cinco, who just got his first D1 offer from Rice last month, and Parker Williams from Fulshire, who just led us last tournament in San Antonio to our first 4-0 start and quarterfinal appearance in his first outing as a quarterback. He's also our leading receiver, one of our best receivers on the team. He's more of a do-it-all. He started off both days in San Antonio with a pick 6 on the first play at Rover. I mean, the kid's a freak athlete. You put him anywhere between those white lines, and he's just a better player than the guy across from him. On the defensive side, we have Logan Mackey out of CE King. Paul Amodia is another one out of Bush High School. Bryce McDonald out of Bush High School. All D1 type caliber guys, all first team, all conference, all high academic players, 3.5s or higher. We really, really harp on making sure that we have a holistic growth with our guys. We care about everything. We don't just look at their physical physical traits. We don't just look at their athletic talents on the field. We really focus on what they're doing in the classroom, how they market themselves, how they network and handle themselves, communicate, all that good stuff. So off the top of my head, you got anybody else you want to shout out? Oh, Carson Littlefield. He just came off of a 60 catch, 700-yard tournament. And yes, I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's factual. His dad got every single catch recorded.
Okay, that's nuts.
And then another outside wide receiver, we have Owen Carter, another 2024 kid out of Cy-Fair, and Cooper Stevens, tight end. I mean, I could probably go on for days naming everybody on our roster, but yeah, we're pretty stacked and loaded this year for sure.
That's big time, man. So you guys did your thing in Texas. I mean, in San Antonio, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you guys coming to Houston? Y'all gonna make the trip?
Oh yeah, no, we're actually from Houston. The tournament's across the street from my house, so I can step outside and throw a football and hit where we're gonna be playing. So I'm super excited for that one.
Look, man, you got a lot of pressure being across the street. You guys got to show up and show out, right?
Oh yeah, we will be also debuting our throwback Oiler jerseys for the tournament. So
I like it.
Make it
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Coach. I saw those. Yes,
Good deal.
sir.
So what else you got for him, RL? Let's talk to him, man. We got QB1 on the line.
Hey, well, let's do this. I mean, I've watched the organization for a while, so I know that for you to be in that position that you're in with that organization, you got to have some skills. So tell me what it is that drives you as far as, let's start with 7v7. What drives you in 7v7? What you look for to take out of 7v7 to carry over into your football, into Friday nights? That's what I want to know. What is it that you're going to take from 7v7 that's going to make you better on Friday nights?
I think one of the main things I take away from it is just trying to keep composure. Like if bad things start to happen, because I'm the one person that can't lose that. If I get like out of control, everyone reacts the same way I do because I'm the leader. Also, it comes like reading coverages and running certain plays. Like there's two high safeties, either in the middle or outside, because the safeties can't cover everywhere. They may try, but it just won't work. Obviously, knowing my personnel, the guy's shorter and faster, he's not going to be able to run deep routes because guys can cover that. But if I just use him underneath, most likely he can beat a linebacker. But I think probably the most important thing I take away is how I act and how my fellow teammates see me on the field.
See, I ask those questions. It kind of picks your brain, right? So it makes you start thinking, just like you just said, the answer you gave me is you gave me the answer of a leader. And at that QB1 spot, you're leading 10 other guys with you to battle. So, I mean, that's why I like to ask, kind of tough questions to make you think like, God dog, I already asked another one. Yeah, because on the fly, you think about it, you got 4 seconds in 7v7. Sometimes on Friday nights, you got maybe 2. If you're playing against somebody on the other side that's rushing you. So it kind of keeps you on your toes, makes you think about it. That's the kind of stuff I like to ask. And very good job, man. I can see that you've thought about it. You actually, it sounds like you might be a student of the game when you were talking about 2 high safeties and coverages and stuff like that. Is that right?
That's why he got that MVP shirt on, man. He's not just accurate. He's got that IQ.
He does a good job of teaching me.
What did he say?
Yeah. He does a great job of teaching me all that stuff. It all makes sense.
And I'm telling you, I know there's some big shoes. I'm telling you, QB1 with Lone Star 7v7, you gotta be able to sling that rock, but you also got to be a student of the game. Man, Kenny, you're doing a great job over there, man. My hat's still off to you, brother.
So I'm gonna ask. Yeah, so check it out, man. I'm gonna ask the question that we gotta ask every coach and student athlete, right? When they jump on a TruXposur live event on Wednesday night, we want to know why you guys choose to rock with championship 7v7 events compared to other events, man. Because obviously there's a ton. You guys can go play here, there, and everywhere, but you guys just went to San Antonio, did your thing, played against 102 squads. You're about to show out in Houston, across the street, right? You know, the field your neighbor. So why choose us?
It's a family. Just like Lone Star, everything we do here is a family and it's family oriented. Jacob, I know Steve's not on here, but Steve, Mike, RL, Josh from Big Hits Live. Am I missing anybody? Our beautiful ladies up at the front that check us in every tournament. Just everybody's consistent. The gameplay is so consistent. The competition level is always high. I think the San Antonio bracket schedule dropped on that Thursday night, and I looked at it and said, dang, every one of us has won a championship already. San Antonio Primetime was coming off of winning a pylon, and then we go 4-0, and I'm like, oh wow, maybe we're actually kind of like that this year. But you never know with a championship 7v7 tournament. I mean, you can be the first seed or the 40th seed all with the same drum. It's that competitive at all times. So most professional events we've ever been a part of. We love being on a part of a family that's on the up and up. We don't try to like attach ourselves to something that's already kind of there and too big for us and don't have time to answer us on a call or a question we have. Jacob has been awesome ever since we met 18 months ago. Always calling, always checking on us. Called us for San Antonio because he didn't see us on the list and was like, "You guys coming?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll make sure to get the paperwork done when I get home. I appreciate you reaching out." Just things like that are just first class, second to none, and results speak for themselves.
Well, how about that? That is words well said and much appreciated. It obviously speaks volumes to what Jacob and his team has been doing, and then obviously me being new to the squad, what I bring to the table, man. I enjoy hearing that. That's exactly what we're trying to accomplish here with what we do on Wednesday nights is bring that family environment, right? Do some big things. And while I'm chatting, hold on, we got a question that came in. We want to ask Kenny why he chooses the Bruce Lee philosophy to support student athletes by supporting them playing with other teams.
Oh, this was we actually just talked about this on the phone the other day. A few of our guys are playing with Fast, and Logan is also playing with Fury. And we, honestly, we're trying to build a brand and a network of coaches that are really actually in this to help our kids get to the next level. And through that, there's some people in my network, there's some people in Fast Network and Fury's Network and all these other great organizations that can get you to the next level or expose you to things that I might not be able to expose you to or help you with. And, to us, it takes a village, and I couldn't thank those other coaches enough for helping our guys get to the next level, as well as I know they reciprocate that because we all have a great relationship.
That's big time. Because look, we got debate, right? A lot of people will debate whether or not kids should play on multiple teams. And I think the way that you just, you just basically spoke to why they should or they can, I think that's a great explanation, right? Now on the other hand, you got the flip side. You have a kid that will rock with team A, but then rock with team B, for other reasons, right? They want the clout aspect because, maybe they're going to go rock with a quote bigger team at a bigger event and then might not see the field as much, right? And those are the reasons you don't want to go and play for another squad. But for the reasons you just mentioned, those are spot on to why it's important to do that. And it's important to network because it's all about helping everyone get better, whether it's the student athlete or the coaches. Ultimately, the end goal is to help these kids get to the next level. And why not have a big network to do that? So that's incredibly well put, man. So we're not going to take up too much more time. We got to do it. We got a QB1 on. So I'm going to let him close out the segment before you jump off. And I want you to shout out any.
Rob, you haven't given your spiel.
Oh, man, he got me. So check it out. Public service announcement. Here it is, man. So coach, parents, other coaches, anybody that's watching, If you got a story to share, we got a platform for you, man. We want to talk about football. We want to watch your huddle film. We will critique your huddle film. We will help you, right? But more importantly, we want to talk about the grades in the classroom. And then even more important, we want to talk about who you are as a person outside of the game. Because it's one thing to be a student athlete, but it's another to be a better person. And that's what you want to represent yourself as, a better person, and then be that better athlete. So open invite to anybody and everybody that has a story to share. Hit me on Twitter. I'm super active, super easy to get a hold of. Hit the DMs, they're open, and we'll schedule it. We'll get you on here, and we'll get you that exposure that you deserve. So back to originally playing question. I want you to shout out, man. Shout out anybody and everybody that's been in your corner, helping you along the way, right? And don't just say my mom and my dad. Use their names, man. Give them real love. Give them real thanks, because obviously they've been there for you, and this is your time to just show thanks and love for everything that they've done for you.
And well, obviously, I'm going to start with my parents, Joe and Christy Owens, because they are the reason I am here. I think I want to thank one of my first football coaches, Stephen Horton, who sadly passed away last year from COVID. That was a tough loss. He really got me into football, made me enjoy the game. He pushed me, made me a better player. I enjoyed playing with him for 3-4 years, got me going. Then I started working with my first trainer, JP Tillman, out of Houston. Still training with him. He just bettered me because I was originally not a quarterback. I played running back. It may not look like it now, but I did. And he just critiqued me. He changed everything I did, and it made me better to this day. I still use a lot about me. Wow. And also him, I guess someone helps. I'm joking. Yeah, no, he's a big help as well. He's just made me more mobile because I am pretty tall and lanky.
His nickname right now is Baby Giraffe.
All right, so let's have some fun real quick, man. Baby Giraffe, can you stand up, unzip the jacket, show off the MVP shirt, and then finish your thanks, man? I want to see it. Bang! He disappeared.
Yeah.
There it is. My man.
It's official.
Five-step QB Academy. Yes, sir.
Look, he stands up and completely disappears. His logo was centered on the screen, man. So Baby Giraffe, that's fitting. My man's got the height.
Yes, sir.
So was that the support group? Is that all the love, man?
Oh yeah, and obviously my coaches at school who kick my butt every day, lifting and running at school every single day.
Awesome, man.
While I may not like it, I know it's going to help me in the long run.
Yeah, it can be a little challenging, right? You know, being a high school student athlete, ultimately you're still a kid, right? So you're still becoming a young man, becoming your own. So you get to experience life. You get to experience the life of being, a top talented student athlete. Man, you got a fun life to live, man. I think the future is incredibly bright. I look forward to seeing you ball out. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay safe, stay healthy. Gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Jacob, RL, anything else before we let these gentlemen go and we close this show out?
It's all good, Kenny. Appreciate you being on the show, man. Always a class act. And Trey, good to, glad you were able to make the show, and look forward to seeing you guys in Houston.
Yes, sir.
Good deal, fellas.
Get at me, Kenny.
It's been a blessing.
Awesome.
Will do. Pleasure to meet you as well.
Absolutely. So look, these are the Lone Star 7v7 dudes. We appreciate them jumping on. I'm going to bring up one last time because it's not possible to do it without them. Can I find the sponsor? There it is. Go ahead, Jacob, RL, whoever wants to take it. Let's shout out the sponsors one last time.
So you got Zenith, hey, protecting the players, main sponsor of the circuit, got the look. And we go over to Powered by Yoke. Got to keep them, got to keep those athletes pumping, got to keep them going. Flip Sled, come check it out. We're going to have it at all the events. Come try it out. We'll have it at our camps and combines. Last but not least, we got Grip Boost, one of the top gloves out there, one of the major sponsors of our circuit. So hit these sponsors up, follow them. They'll be at all of our events.
I love it. I love it. It's not possible without these great folks and doing what they do. So let me take that back off. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to close out the show formally. None of this is possible without my guy. He's the reason why I do everything I do. Make sure you check out the website, Spotlight39.com. Check out the nonprofit, 39 Hearts. Again, we're trying to raise awareness for heart disease within student athletes. I say it time and time again. Every strong athlete needs a strong heart, and together we can make a difference. So please check out the foundation. It's on the website, Spotlight39.com. I'm going to close this thing out like I do every single time with the foundation. I appreciate it. I miss you, big homie. This is for you.